Hello and welcome back to SBSGUITARTUITION.com. This is the third lesson in the Step 1 module, and in this lesson I'm going to be showing you how to play major and minor arpeggios. An arpeggio is basically a chord, but instead of strumming the notes simultaneously like this, you would play the notes of the chord one after the other, similar to the way in which you would play a scale. For example, this is an A chord, and this is the arpeggio. Or I could play it here. In the last lesson I showed you how to play the major scale and also the natural minor scale. The arpeggios that we're looking at today are built from the notes of those two scales. The major arpeggio uses the first, third and fifth note of the major scale, and the minor arpeggio uses the first, third and fifth note of the minor scale. Don't worry if you don't quite understand this just yet, as it will be explained in more detail in the syllabus. And you can also find a brief explanation in your lesson notes. So let's begin with the first pattern, the A major arpeggio. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to play that in close-up. To play the 1-octave A major arpeggio, start with your second finger on the 5th fret bottom string. Then your first finger on the 4th fret, 5th string. Your 4th finger on the 7th fret, 5th string. And your 4th finger on the 7th fret, 4th string. And back down, 4th finger, 7th fret. First finger, 4th fret. And your second finger on the 5th fret, bottom string. Do that again. That's your second finger on the 5th fret bottom string. It's called the root note. Your first finger on the 4th fret 5th string. That's called the major third, the third note of the major scale. And then your 4th finger on the 7th fret 5th string. That's called the perfect fifth, or the 5th note of the major scale. And then your 4th finger on the 7th fret, 4th string. That's called the octave, or the 8th note of the major scale. Now we'll move on to the minor arpeggio. To play the 1-octave A minor arpeggio, start with your first finger on the 5th fret bottom string. Then, with your 4th finger, play the 8th fret on the bottom string. With your 3rd finger, play the 7th fret on the A string. And then 3rd finger, 7th fret, D string. And then back down, 7th fret on the A. 4th finger on the 8th fret bottom string, 1st finger 5th fret bottom string. And again, play the 5th fret bottom string, this is called the root note. Play the 8th fret on the bottom string, this is called the minor third. Then play the 7th fret on the 5th string with your 3rd finger, this is called the perfect fifth. And then play the 7th fret on the 4th string. This is called the octave, or the 8th note. Back down, perfect fifth, minor third, root. Okay, so that's the two arpeggios, A major and A minor. Now let's look at how you should practice them. If possible, you should always try to use a metronome when you're practicing your scales and arpeggios. This will help to improve your timing and accuracy. So to start with, if you set the tempo at about 70 beats per minute and try to play the arpeggio in time with the metronome. So here we go, 70 beats per minute. Okay, what I'm going to do now is play the A major arpeggio in time with the metronome. plucking one pluck per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. And do the same with the minor arpeggio, A minor. 1, after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Now we're going to try the major arpeggio with 2 plucks per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same with the minor arpeggio. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try 3 notes per beat now. After 4, major arpeggio. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minor arpeggio, same thing, 3 notes. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you could do 4 plucks as well, 4 plucks per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the minor arpeggio. 2, 3, 4. Okay, when the arpeggio feels comfortable at 70 beats per minute, you could try increasing the speed. It's important for any musician to master a wide range of scales and arpeggios, as they not only develop your coordination and dexterity, but perhaps more importantly, they'll help you to understand the theory of music and unlock the guitar fingerboard, which in turn will give you much more freedom to play and create music. Arpeggios are especially useful for playing guitar solos, as they give you the ability to select the right notes that will harmonise much more melodically with the chords that you're playing over. I'll explain more on this in the basic improvisation lesson later in the Step 1 module. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you in lesson 4, where I'll be showing you how to play some chord sequences using the 3 chords A, D and E that we learnt in lesson 1. I'll see you then.